Why, hello there, Nemo Ashong here. It has been way too long since I got a chance to talk to you. Nemo Ashong, founder of Enjoyment and leader of the Pioneer community, coming at you live from San Francisco. It's been a while since I've been back in the U.S. and also it's been a while since I have been since I've made a video like this to connect and just get to know you all again. So I decided to come out and just say hi. And in typical Nemo style, I'm just gonna walk and see. I'm actually on the way to meet someone for lunch. She's diversity and inclusion professional that I was put in touch with through Hobie, and I just can't wait to just explore her approach and her thoughts on diversity and inclusion and just her life here in San Francisco. I'm going to share with you what I see because it's actually quite interesting. I think I'm walking through Chinatown or a Chinatown. We'll see. But until then, here, what's going on today? What you're going to be hearing me talk about and kind of where I've been over the last few weeks has really been exploring a concept. And actually I say the last few weeks because it's been in my mind, but it really did come to life here in terms of this needs to happen. This needs to come to start showing up in the world around conversations worth having. And essentially I've been meeting with people recently and being able to have a lot of great conversations with them. And during the conversations, a lot of them come up to me at the end. A few things come up. They're like, this conversation actually changed my life, which is awesome. And the only place that I want to play. You know, if you can have a life-changing conversation every time you talk to someone, then why would you do anything less than that, right? The second thing that comes up is that people mention, wow, this is a really great conversation. I wish I could have more conversations like that. Now, I'll let you know, I bring this up here because I just find that people actually are interested in talking about things that matter to them, talking about things out there. I'm going to flip this around to me now as we get ready to turn on California. Kick this in. All right, cool. So I find that people are really interested in talking about the issues that are happening in their world, in their communities, at their organizations that really are top of mind, that are potentially controversial, that have multiple points of view on it and don't necessarily have a right or wrong answer. And they're just looking for opportunities to explore that, to get to be with other people who are intellectually curious, but also possibility driven, people who want to see a solution to or see some new things come out in the world as a result of the conversations. So it's been something that's in my mind, that's been in my mind for a while, and I've just decided, actually it was yesterday in a conversation I had with my cousin who lives out here in San Francisco. Surprise, didn't know that. Not doing my cousinly duty, so I apologize there, Yox. But in that conversation, I just realized that I've been holding off on a specific project, a project that I kind of tease to every once in a while, which is to start bringing people together to have these kinds of conversations, to be met with people who are different-minded, like-hearted. Thank you, Paul Millard, for that one there, like-hearted. I feel like that's a really great way of expressing how I feel. So the first week of May, I'm just going to go out here. I'm going to be meeting up with Ali G, who has been on the Enjoyment podcast, and one of the things that she said there was to book the theater. And booking the theater means coming out and just choosing a date, proclaiming it loud and letting it be known, and just making things happen from that perspective. So I'm going to book the theater on these conversations, and I want to let you know that starting in the first week of May, we're going to have a week-long pilot of conversations. And these conversations, I'm actually literally just going up to random people and asking them, like, what's a topic that you feel needs to be discussed but really isn't right now? Or what's a topic where you have a lot of opinions and you're trying to understand and would love to dive in more deeply for yourself? And I'm literally just going around the streets here, asking people and people all over around what kinds of topics they like to discuss. Met someone at a cafe, and we're going to be looking into different things around sexual harassment, or someone else I met. This is kind of odd, but this is where the inspiration struck. It was leaving a restroom, and I was like, I just want to pick your brain real quick. We'll talk about social media and the responsibilities related to that. We're bringing up. I'm collecting as many different topics as people want to bring out there, and I'm just gonna do a week, 1 week. And the way that I'm looking at it, I think it's an hour and a half, 2 hour conversation with whoever ends up showing up. These types of deep conversations where it involves a lot of listening as well as talking, they aren't quick, and if people, a lot of people are like, whoa, 2 hours, whoa, this, that, and the other. I'm like, yo, to get to the kind of depth, to get to the kind of transformational conversations that we're looking to have, that doesn't just happen in a 15-minute thing. It's not pretty. It's not a cute little box that we just put everything into. So we're really going to be focused on making sure that there's enough time to have conversations. And the reason I'm focusing on conversations is that I think that a lot of us have opinions, but right now we haven't found a safe way to express them. And on top of that, we haven't really gotten to the place of being able to communicate with each other in a way that allows us to say something, say the wrong thing, and continue to live beyond that, right? Saga, I'm like, thank you very much for your suggestion here. The global inequality of income, love to talk about that, and you're gonna find that this is beyond just, I'm not looking to have a panel. I'm not looking to bring in quote unquote experts on this, because quite frankly, I don't think anyone really knows. And we're all experts in our own lives and in our own communities. And that's where we're looking to make this impact here, right? This is, if the change is gonna come, it's gonna come from us. It's gonna come from each individual deciding that something can be done and doing something about it. So this is really here to give everyone, including myself, an opportunity to make our world better. And I don't want to just continue to add more information on how it can be done. I want to give us a chance to explore it. And I know that the people who show up for this year are people who are serious about making a change. This is not a kind of thing for everyone else. Like, it's a lot easier to listen to a podcast. It's a lot easier to go watch one more video, but to actually put your ideas out in front of others and to have it, to get feedback on it, to have it be built upon, to have it grow from there. I mean, that's a different place. It's exposing a lot, and for some people that's not the right fit. For others, it will be. So I'm very excited. First week of May, look out for these conversations to start out. I'm looking for any topic suggestions. And look, in my mind, there are enough things to talk about that I literally can do this all day, every day. If your organization is looking to have a conversation and they're not necessarily sure how to go ahead and structure it, put me in touch with them. I love to talk and see what I can do, because I can't be everywhere. And sometimes some conversations are better to have not online, but rather in person. And I'll be happy to leverage some of my experiences having put this together for in my previous roles, and also what I'm doing and have been experiencing since I really started to make it a point to bring people together. And we can just talk. I can share some best practices, but less. I say that, I realize that it's that's not actually even aligned with who I am. What I can do is I can help them figure out what would be the best course of action, or what might be the type of environment that they're looking to set up for them. Because I really do believe we're all just having our own experiences, and what's most important is how we can bring what we're naturally good at, what is natural to our culture, to the environment that we're looking to bring, and bring that all out to life. So I think that's really all that I really need to share with you right now. I'm happy to just get back into the swing of things with the Facebook Lives, and I'll keep you in the loop as to how that goes. You'll see me also coming out of the Rich Litvin Intensive this week. I'm going to Los Angeles tomorrow. So if anyone's out there and would like to give a shout out or would like to get in touch, I'm not sure how much time I have, but I'd love to if I can, I'd love to see you. I'd love to just say hi and reconnect. So I'm about to go meet up right now for this lunch here in San Francisco. I want to say how much I respect all of you. I'm looking forward to these conversations. Let me know of any topics that you'd like to discuss. Let me know if you'd like to be involved in helping to bring these conversations to life. There's a lot that goes into this here. I like to keep things simple. My main thing is that it should exist, but there's so much that can be done with it. We're teaching leadership skills. We're practicing the things that we believe out in the world, and we're bringing it to life in some sort of way. There's so much going on beyond just the conversation. There's so much more happening. And if you're interested, if you're like, hey, I'm curious and I want to learn more, what are more of your ideas and such on it, let me know. I'll be sharing more about this as we get closer. But be ready for something completely different, because that's what I'm about. It's the easiest thing in the world for me to do. So why don't we go ahead and do that? All right. I love you all very much. Take care. Looking forward to hearing other suggestions. Thank you very much. And I will catch you later. Create possibilities, not problems. Journey on. Peace.